In his request, President Muhammadu Buhari said the loan became imperative for funding the revised 2020 budget and insulating the nation's economy from the yet-to-be-abated COVID-19 pandemic. The sources for the loans are the International Monetary Fund, $3.4 billion, the World Bank, $1.4 billion, Africa Development Bank, $500 million, the Islamic Development Bank, $113 million, among others. The president added in the request that the loans being urgently sought for are targeted at critical areas of funding the 2020 budget, execution of critical projects slated for the 2020 fiscal year, and projects to support the state government.
1. To finance the proposed revised 2020 budget. 2. For priority projects of the federal government. And 3. For projects to support the state governments. In accordance with the provisions of Section 21 of the Debt Management Office Establishment Act 2003 and Section 41 of the Fiscal Responsibility Act 2007, I wish to request the approval of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for external borrowing to finance the following. 1. The draft revised 2020 budget. 2. Priority projects of the federal government of Nigeria. And 3. Projects to support the state governments. Financing the proposed revised 2020 budget. As the Senate may be aware, the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in economic and physical challenges for many countries. Nigeria has also been affected in this regard, especially with the lower demand for crude oil, which has affected our sales, and the sharp decline in the price of oil below $25 per barrel, which is much lower than the $57 per barrel benchmark in the 2020 Appropriation Act. The COVID-19 pandemic has also created the need for additional expenditure in the health sector. All of these have necessitated a review of the 2020 budget and the medium-term expenditure framework 2020 to 2022. Following from paragraph 2, the draft revised budget proposed by the executive for 2020 has a higher deficit. In order to finance this deficit, the federal government is planning to raise funds from both domestic and external sources. For the external component, the government is negotiating with multilateral institutions for funding on concessionary terms. The facilities totaling $5.513 billion been arranged in this regard are detailed in Table 1.
The National Assembly had recently approved a loan of 850 billion naira for the federal government, while another $22.79 billion, which the Senate has already approved, is pending before the House of Representatives. Osawaname Ibizugbe, ITV News, Abuja.